Prior to coming to Rapid City, we were in Aviano Air Base, Italy. Before that, I spent a year in Korea. Before that, we were in Japan. And then I did a stint in Texas for 4 years, almost 5. And before that, we were in Japan. So the majority of our time has been overseas, which makes this opportunity that the Red Cross has given us that much more special, because we haven't had the opportunity to volunteer outside of the military organizations. We were accepted into Rapid City, and I say accepted because it really was feeling like we walked into home. We were really apprehensive about coming back to the States since being overseas for so long. Probably one of the most memorable events that occurred when we came into this community occurred at Shields, where the employees were just super kind, very nice, extremely helpful, and that really took us back because we weren't expecting that. You know, being overseas, you hear all the crazy stuff in the news. This is what's happening in the United States, that's what's happening, you know, and we come here to Rapid City, and it felt like home. It was nice. I'm an Air Force firefighter at Ellsworth Air Force Base. I'm the deputy fire chief. I manage military members, civilians, and resources to make sure that people are safe. As a deputy fire chief, I have the responsibility of sharing resources from the base through the commander, obviously, for mutual aid responses. This summer, South Dakota experienced a huge fire. It was the 6th largest fire. 41.3 thousand acres burned in total. I want to say 10 to 15 fire departments responded to this major incident. So we all kind of got our resources together, our personnel, our fire trucks, and sent them out there for this battle. And it really was a battle to try to get control of this fire. My guys were out there 3 or 4 days in a row, taking different shifts. Luckily, we were able to contain it. I say we because I wasn't actually on scene. I'm now a white shirt. I sent my guys out there and managed them from afar. But that's my responsibility now. So it was an honor to be a part of that process, and my guys learned a lot from that fire. It was nice that Richard gave us the opportunity to bring my guys into helping with the Red Cross. Smoke detector install in Box Elder. That event was probably one of the first events that my daughter had the opportunity to partake in.
I go to Douglas High School, and I'm in 9th grade. I'm a freshman. My dad, he brought up the Red Cross, and he asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, heck yes.
One of the most important aspects of what we were doing in Box Elder was helping veterans. It was very rewarding to be able to share that experience with my military members, my active duty members. In all, we installed 101 detectors, maybe 45 houses or something like that. So it was a huge impact.
We knocked on their doors asking if they needed smoke detectors. Some of them declined, but some of them didn't, and they needed a smoke detector. So we went and installed it, and it was a very interesting and great experience.
We potentially impacted 40 to 45 families by giving them a life protection device. We received notification that there were several families that were still stranded. They were all geographically separated, still needing food, still needing provisions. So a couple military members were able to help out. In addition, my daughter was able to help out as well. That day was a 12-hour trip. It was really cool because we got to see part of their council meeting. and see how things worked, and got a taste of their culture while at the same time going out and helping them out.
And our first stop, we saw part of the council meeting. After that, we started making our way to the inner reservations, which was pretty interesting because I didn't know how far they were apart from each other. It was a very long distance between the communities inside of the reservation, and so the trips were getting longer and longer. And once we got to the actual communities, well, there was an emergency shelter there, and they were starting to cook like soup and like different things for the families that didn't have any electricity in their house. Then we went to another community. It was already dark, it was super cold, and we started knocking on doors. We had done that before at the past community. The people that did answer, they were really thankful, and they were telling us like, be careful, it's cold, the roads are slippery and stuff like that. We gave them food boxes and an emergency kit if they wanted it. The best thing about volunteering with Red Cross is the feeling that you get afterward, and just seeing people's faces, and they're so thankful, and like they're just so happy, so it makes you feel happy because you made them happy.
I volunteer with the Red Cross. I'm also on the board for Cornerstone Mission. Volunteering is something that is selfless. The reward isn't monetary. You know, you don't do it to get anything back. You do it because you want to. And what you end up getting back, it's like what these girls were saying. It's the experience. It's the experience of being part of the community. It's the experience of giving yourself to someone else and making a difference in that way. So it's great.